what's going on, everyone? It is Chris, and welcome to the Price is Right podcast with my good friend Gocubs 711.
I did it better.
I'm so glad that you and I are on the same mental wavelength. I am so happy about that. Neither of us knew that we were gonna do that, and
Nope.
we both just absolutely just nailed it. All right, awesome. Welcome to the Price is Right podcast. No, so the reason why we're doing this, just because the past, this is gonna air on Friday. We didn't pay any attention to the Amazing Race to the Amazing Race Price is Right.
It also hasn't aired yet.
Right, exactly. But the Big Brother and Survivor Price is Right editions aired this past Monday and Tuesday. We want to talk about that, but the main thing is that this is going to be like a little Big Brother preview show, because we have a few ideas that we want to just throw out there in terms of what the season could be like. If it is an All-Stars, who we want to see on there. Maybe we could talk about like what twists we might want to see on there, if any. And we're also going to talk about the Big Brother Marathon, which has been happening the past few days. That started out with the Big Brother 1, which is very interesting, and I can't wait to talk about that. So let's get into the Price is Right, shall we? What exactly can we say about the Price is Right? Like, let's start with Survivor. They had Jeff Probst part of it, but he wasn't really hosting. It was just Drew Carey.
No, Jeff was a model.
He was just the model the entire time. Who were the other two like people that were like
Price is Right models?
I know, but like I feel like they're like celebrities too.
I don't know.
Yeah, like they just looked familiar. But who were some of the Survivor contestants that were on there? I knew a majority of them. There was Jeremy. I know. There was Kelly Whitworth. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Crap, I'm trying to remember who else. There's... Oh, God.
Or just...
Oh, that played it, yeah. Because those, Boston Rob was a part of it. Yeah. And who...
Sorry.
Right, Suri. Who I don't remember personally. I don't know if she was from an earlier season.
Suri was in Heroes vs. Villains.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't the one that won. That was someone else, right?
No.
She okay.
But she was a good player, historically. But I think Heroes vs. Villains was her last season.
Okay, so I completely forget her. That was from a long time ago.
Well, Heroes vs. Villains was also your second season.
Right, so I'm not gonna remember anyone from there. I was kind of surprised that Russell wasn't there.
Oh God, no! Please.
I was kind of surprised, but hey, you know, he skipped out on the opportunity to play for charity because he wanted it for himself. So basically, if you did watch The Price is Right, what in these auditions, essentially what they did was that they had the contestants win the prizes while the Survivor contestants won the money for charity.
They're called castaways.
Castaways, whatever.
Contestants, jeez.
The normal people won the prizes, and then the castaways would play for charities. And it was interesting, and one of the most cringeworthy parts for me, but you seem to enjoy it, was when they would spin the wheel, which is like to decide who would play in the showcase, and then each person that loses, their torch
It was so cheesy. It was awesome.
You have a thing with loving cheesy things.
You gotta make it. Why would you not just try to make things as cheesy as possible?
Absolutely. What I also like was how all the items for both editions were somewhat related to Survivor and to Big Brother. There's a loud train going by. I apologize, but and I just loved how they did everything. How it was a good production. It was at times a little weird, but it's The Price is Right usually tends to be like that. You have like these crazy contestants.
Yeah.
Let's Make a Deal is even more crazy at times, but
and Let's Make a Deal. Everyone's like dressed up.
right. Everyone has the crazy costumes. I remember when growing up, I used to watch like reruns of the really like when it was first on Let's Make a Deal. That was even more unique.
I was obsessed with Game Show Network when I was young.
Me too, dude. Oh my god.
We are the same person. We are the same person.
My favorite show on there, and actually, I'll tell a story in a second, but my favorite show on there was called Russian Roulette.
We are the same person.
My favorite that I liked Whammy and Friend or Foe. I loved all of those shows. But it was really funny because I was really young back then when I was watching that, and I guess like I don't know this like before I like entered like a school or before like I guess like prior to. And I forget what grade it was, but they wanted to do like a psychological evaluation on me, and it was just I think they just did it for all students. And so I went to the therapist's office, and they're like, okay, Chris, do you want to play some games? And I was like, yeah, I want to play Russian Roulette.
Oh my god.
And I like fell to the floor as if simulating that game show. And my mom was pissed. Not like mad at me, but just like because they took me so seriously, and they didn't realize that it was a game show, and she was like so scared about the whole thing happening.
It's incredible.
So, and they basically wrote like that I was like insane, I guess, and like my mom was like trying to call the school, was trying to be like, my son is not crazy, it's a game show, can you please change the evaluation? But they did, but for some reason, I guess school therapists just don't want to change any of their records. I don't know. They suck, but it was very funny because I never knew. I did not know back then what Russian Roulette.
Actual Russian Roulette is.
What actual Russian Roulette was. So that to me was that was an interesting story. But no, I loved watching game shows growing up. It was now I think GSN is reruns and American Bible game show or whatever it is.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hosted by Jeff Foxworthy. So there you go. Yeah, so Price is Right, Survivor, and Big Brother edition. And Big Brother, what they did with the spin wheels that they had, you have been evicted from the Price is Right, and then they walked out the door, and then they had the screens right there, and then they went black and white.
It was really cheesy. It was kind of cool to see like the Survivor and Big Brother contestants on that show.
Yeah,
definitely, and it was a good, I think, marketing ploy, because I would probably not have watched Price is Right had it not been for those two shows putting contestants on it.
Absolutely. I mean, I do love The Price is Right. Like, I think it's a very interesting concept.
Yeah, it's a cool show. I'm
not
usually active at the time that it's on.
Oh, right, exactly. What I found interesting too was that they're saying that like, oh, there's some like these are fan favorites, and then the first contestant that they call up for the Big Brother show was Frankie. I was just kind of like, was he really a fan favorite? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Like maybe I guess there's like a fan base that like
I liked him a bit.
No, I did too. I think that there's times but I also understand why people didn't like him a little bit. Like what his like the idea of him being like a YouTuber like kind of went to his head during in the house. So I could see where people, yeah.
The fact of being in his sister's shadow the entire fucking time.
I was actually thinking while watching that, I was like, I wonder if he's actually missing an Ariana Grande concert for this, because I'd be shocked. But what I found interesting, and I know that you're not gonna get it because you've only been watching for a few seasons, but the final two was Dr. Will, who was considered the best Big Brother contestant to ever play the game. I'm currently watching Big Brother 2, and I see where people could get that because he never won Head of Household, and he ended up winning the game. Because he's been controlling it the entire time.
Yeah.
And then you have Janelle, who's also considered one of the best players to play the game, even though I don't think she ever won. They were the final two for The Price is Right for the showcase, and I found it interesting because when they both participated on All Stars, Janelle was the one that had the sole vote to evict Dr. Will. So I thought
that was like a bit of a revenge thing.
Yeah, so when
Dr. Will's contestant ended up winning.
Right, as he wins them all. No, Dr. Will, he got the revenge on Janelle. So I thought that was interesting. A good cap on that storyline, I guess. And then on the Survivor one, it was Joe made it to the end, right? Joe was the other one, or who?
It was Joe. I think it was Joe and Suri.
Joe is Suri,
I forget who won though.
Suri was the one that ended up winning the whole thing.
I think Suri actually has won Survivor before.
Okay, yeah. I don't know which season that she was part of.
It was before your time.
Right. No, I know.
Yeah, but I remember her, and I feel like she's won.
Yeah. Well, there you
Joe,
go.
However, definitely a fan favorite contestant. Great guy. But
never won.
Couldn't win.
He couldn't win either time. Yeah. It's something about the pretty boys with long hair that they just can't make it. They can't get it through. Oh, did it one season? Didn't Fabio win?
Fabio was the name of the guy.
Yeah.
Fabio was there too.
He was, yeah.
Well,
one of the weirdest moments to me, man, was during Big Brother, and they had the contestants.
Why was Zanebot there?
I don't know, because he's a staple, I guess. I don't know. But Jesse, who has, I don't know, I forget if he's been appearing in the past few seasons or not. But he was there again. The guy that he's just ripped, absolutely, just muscles everywhere, and he's very cocky. My God, my street's so busy today. Very cocky, just always just the center of attention, and throughout almost the majority of the show, his shirt was on. And then during the showcase, they flashed him holding up numbers, and his shirt is off. I was just like, why? How did I not see this coming? But no, I knew for a fact that they were going to call up people either for the recent seasons, or people that have won the game or were fan favorites for certain seasons. But I am so I wasn't surprised not. I was kind of surprised not to see Austin go up. I was kind of like, maybe people don't really like Austin. No. And did you see that Austin? Oh, go ahead.
What? By the way, in the Survivor one, we had the return of Tyler, the man who played on 7 professional football teams.
Yes, Tyler.
But he didn't play. So
he didn't play because he wasn't popular enough.
Yep.
He couldn't play on the Price is Right team.
No, too many football teams.
Too many football teams. He's reached his maximum. Something about the Big Brother one. Austin was in the very back sitting next to Jesse, and Liz was all the way up front.
Liz and Julia were on either side of James.
Right, they were completely away from Austin.
Yeah.
And I remember that, I don't know if I told you, that Liz and Austin broke up.
Yep.
A while ago.
You told me.
Yeah, so it's so that I was like, oh, well, that's that. There you go. You can see that separation right there. And yeah, the Survivor one, I obviously, you would recognize more Survivor contestants. I would recognize more Big Brother contestants, but I'm glad that a majority of the Survivor contestants that went up, I knew.
Yeah.
I
knew all the Survivor contestants that.
Yeah. So it was definitely it's fun to watch both editions of The Price is Right. But for now, let's move on to what's something that's a little bit more important in the more essential part of the podcast. We're going to get rid of the Price is Right logo and raise the curtain to the first, or the episode 0, I guess you could call it, of the Big Brother podcast. So let's talk about some of the twists that have been rumored, or anything that we would think would be awesome to add to this upcoming season. Now, for the All-Star, if it is an All-Star season, who would you, out of the seasons that you have watched, who would you like to see back? Like, you can give me more than one. Like, anyway.
Mac.
Johnny Mac?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one per season, all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Johnny Mac.
Okay.
Because he's so fucking awesome. Definitely a fan favorite, and I just want to, like, root for him more.
Right.
So that's from 17. From 16... Shit.
Yeah, it's tough. I know we said Caleb. The Caleb maybe.
Caleb's probably not coming back.
No, I know. He's more...
especially not after being on Survivor.
Right, absolutely.
Maybe Cody or Donnie. Not Donnie, but maybe Cody.
Cody. Yeah, maybe Cody.
Get carried to the end again by a dominant player.
Right. Oh man, I had to remember some of the contestants from that. You know what would be a cool concept? I just thought of this. What would happen if they brought back all the contestants that were eliminated first?
Oh, dude, that would be sweet.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's kind of hard to do that because there are 17 seasons and 16 contestants go in, but
yeah, of course. But
I'm sure they'd find one that didn't want to do it.
Right. Yeah. In fact, I would be shocked if they could find 16.
I also have an idea on what they're gonna do for the season.
Yeah. Oh, go
it's
ahead.
It's only gonna be 1 week long, and the first person out actually wins the game.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny. And when I was watching Big Brother 1, they were saying, because the whole thing was new at the time. No one was really comfortable about the whole thing. But they were saying that, like, it's gonna, because 10 house guests went into the house, and they're like, 9 house guests are gonna end up walking away winners, and one is gonna be the loser. Because I guess meaning like because they wasted their life away trying to win like $500,000, I guess. But still, they win $500,000, and then they can leave the house.
Still win $500,000, yeah.
Right, and then they can live life. What is the? I keep on forgetting this. I know Big Brother's $500,000, and what is Survivor? That's $1 million.
Survivor's $1 million.
That's $1 million. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. To get an extra $500,000 for surviving the elements. So yeah,
on a better quality show overall.
Pretty much at that point. So in terms of for me, in terms of All Stars, there's a few contestants that I'd like to see back. A few that pop into mind. I mean, I think starting from this first season that I watched, which is Big Brother 12, I would go. I liked Reagan a lot. Who he. I don't know if he was really in the playing the game as much as other people, but he definitely added to the entertainment factor. He infamously went after Rachel, and the pimples on her butt, whatever the rant was. But I think that he would be a fun contestant back. Rachel should not be back. She's been on.
I haven't even seen a season with her, and I don't want her back.
Yeah, she's.
Speaking of Rachel,
yeah,
was the contestant that she was with wearing a picture with Rachel on her shirt?
Yes.
I'd say that's weird, but I own a shirt with my roommate's face on it, so
there you go. Well, here's what I was thinking is that maybe ahead of time when these people like sign up to be part of the Price is Right, they write down who their favorite house guest was, or like a top 3.
Yeah.
And that's probably how they end up calling their name and then calling the favorite house guest and figure out the order that way. So, yeah, I guess that's how every single time that they went up on stage, they're like, "This is my favorite house guest," or "This is my favorite castaway." So yeah, so definitely not Rachel. She's when the show aired, she was pregnant. She already had the baby. She's had the baby now, so I guess that was very pre-taped. But so I think that she wants to probably take care of the family as well as Jordan and Jeff. They're taking care of their. Jordan's pregnant, so I don't think that neither of them are going to make it onto the All Stars if it is an All Stars. So, I think my pick for Big Brother 12 would be Reagan. Big Brother 13 did not have a lot of aspiring people.
Good. Good.
I think the only person I'd really say deserves a chance to be back, maybe Lawan. But even him was not really a big part of the Big Brother action. I don't. I maybe Porsche too, or I'm trying to remember because I know you can't contribute to this at all. But it's either her name was Porsche or Portia. I'm pretty sure it's Portia, but I mean but like I don't know. I remember the spelling with the ending in an E, so it's like what?
I mean that's how some people spell it.
Right. So So those are the only two, but Big Brother 13 was not a good season. So, Big Brother 14, I would say bring back Frank, because Frank was a fan favorite. I didn't really necessarily love Frank because I was rooting for the Quack Pack, but he definitely made the show interesting. He was a good strategizer. I think that he'd be a perfect fit back there. I'd say bring back him. And Big Brother 15, I wouldn't mind Gina Marie being back.
What?
I wouldn't mind Gina Marie being back from Big Brother
Gina
15.
Marie?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I could see it.
I think that it would be interesting. It would add to the drama in the house for her being back there. Now that I've caught up to you, I'm trying to remember Big Brother 15.
That had McCranda.
Oh, that's right. Bring back McCrae, not Amanda.
McCrae, not Amanda. Yeah, I agree.
Well,
I feel like Amanda would be more likely to be brought back though, just because of how fucking insane she was.
Right. I would like to see Amanda or Gina Marie, or McCrae. I think that all three of them definitely deserve a chance to be back. Fun
fact about Big Brother 15: the winners from my hometown and went to my high school.
Yeah, Andy. There you go.
Andy, yeah. And visited my high school.
Right.
While I was there.
And you
didn't know that they were there. Andy and McCrae did.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah. Do you think that any winners should get a shot to be an All-Star? I agree. Yeah,
no.
Never bring back winners.
I've never been a fan of winners coming back for All-Star seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like Heroes versus Villains, I think had 2 winners on each side.
Yeah.
And then one of the former winners, Sandra, I think,
ended
up winning. So she's okay. Can I talk about this real quick? It's kind of getting off track.
No, it's fine.
Sandra is the only person. I'm gonna make sure I got her name right, but she is the only person to have won Survivor twice.
Yeah.
And yet she's not held up as one of the greatest Survivor players ever.
Which is dumb.
It's really dumb.
Yeah, well, when I remember seeing her play that season, I think that I remember seeing her just being badass. I thought that she absolutely deserved it.
No, she played a really good season.
Right, and that she was up against Russell. He was in the final 3 2 times in a row and lost both times.
Yeah,
which was hilarious to me. But I thought, speaking of Russell, so he was up against Sandra. I think that Sandra deserved to win.
Yeah, Sandra Diaz Twine.
But the season before that, a girl won who I didn't even know was around half the time. It was a very similar season to what Michelle had this past season. And she ended up winning over Russell, who pretty much played the entire game. Yeah. So that was when he lost that. Like, I imagine he's kind of a dick. When I say kind of, he really is. But he deserved to win at that point. I was disappointed. That was the first season that I watched. I was just kind of like, what the fuck? This show sucks.
Yeah, Sandra is the only person to have won twice. She won seasons 7 and 20.
Okay, so that is Awesome. That is that, and I think that she should be considered one of the best of all time. Because then, like, what? Why? Like, that makes no sense. Then, if you make it to the end twice and win it twice, you have to be doing something right.
Twice. Not just make it to the end twice. Win twice.
Right. So, like, what you have to be doing something right. You deserve all the credit. But they can't. No one can never say that a woman is better than anything, right? Jeez.
Let's not bring that into this right
now. So yeah, I actually did lose track. Okay, so Big Brother 15, we talked about who I want back. Big Brother 16. Yeah, this is tough. For drunk.
What about Christine?
I was gonna say I was thinking about Christine. I was also thinking about Zach as well.
Yeah.
Any of those people. I'm talking like I want as I'm at a point where I want things to be interesting, and all the people I'm naming, they're gonna make it interesting. It's gonna be a very interesting household. I
want it to be interesting, but I don't want it to be stupid.
Right.
Like, I don't want people in there that will literally play the game so poorly that I won't enjoy myself watching.
No, these are all contestants that I think would play in a very interesting game. Whether they win, I don't know. I guess poorly, you're gonna have to end up expecting. But I think if you have a room full of all stars that have been through the game before,
yeah,
I think that you're gonna have it's gonna be interesting. I think that a lot of them are going to be participating in the strategizing and everything. Quick backtrack to Big Brother 13. I was just thinking about this. Shelly is another one that I would like to see back. She started controversy because like she was aligned with like America's couple, Jeff and Jordan, and then she during a double eviction, out of nowhere, she voted out Jeff. Oof. So, everyone,
how could you?
Right. She got death threats. There were Facebook groups and like Twitter. Well, Twitter wasn't around back then, it was, but not very famous. But like Facebook groups and complete movements to like basically just completely demean Shelly for doing what she did.
Jesus Christ.
So, to me, that was a huge overreaction. I think
no shit.
I think that this is a game, and when going into this house that you're going to be going up against America's couple, them being tokened America's couple, maybe you like think for a second, maybe I should get rid of them at some point. I'm trying to remember what the situation was. I think that she just felt betrayed by them, and so that's why she voted out Jeff. But no matter what, I think that she made the right choice. Apparently, no one else did. I don't. Maybe I just don't know the game, but I thought.
I think we know the game a little too well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no. So that's just my take on that. So I think that she should be back in the game. I think that she should cause drama, make people talk. And then let's talk about last season, because there's a lot of people I could think of here. I don't want Vanessa to be back.
No.
However, she would make it very interesting.
Stop talking.
If it was an all-star cast, if Vanessa was back, she probably wouldn't last. But it would be funny.
I would love to see Jason back, but I follow him on Twitter, and he said that he is not coming back this summer. It's all-star. So
yeah. Jason was another one, another crowd favorite.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's her name?
Aubrey.
Yes! Bring Aubrey back. Please. Oh my god, we need more Blanket Monster. And don't bring back the twins. They were not interesting.
Or Austin.
Maybe
Meg. Meg would be fun.
Meg would be fun.
Meg is too innocent for that game, though.
Yeah, but now she knows, though. Yeah, now she knows what's happening.
I love Meg, but
yeah. I would say bring back James, but I think because he won like the America's favorite and everything, I don't know, and plus he was just
America's favorite.
uh no, James did.
James did. Oh.
Yeah, James did. It was between him, Jason, and Johnny Mac, and James won. But at the same time, if he's willing to do it, I'd love to see James back as well. And I backtrack a little bit too. I know that Donnie said that he wanted to take at least a summer break if there was an All-Stars for Big Brother 17, but it wasn't. If he wants to participate again, I would love to see Donnie be back there. Have some nice people in the house, because considering what we are forming right now is a monster.
Yeah, you're right. Stop us.
All
right, what are some twists that you want to see? And I'm talking about like changes to the gameplay, like Battle of the Block.
Okay.
Not Battle of the
Not
Block.
Battle of the Block.
Not Battle of the Block. But
oh, man.
something similar that could change how the game's played.
Well, the thing for me is that I like twists that impact the game, but not in a way that completely like makes it easy for people to throw things. That's what that's what Battle of the Block was.
Yeah.
So man, that is so tough.
I know I just kind of sprung it on you.
No, it was on our docket. So
kind of related. What's your opinion on the bringing an eliminated contestant back in the juries?
I think that if once you get eliminated, you should stay eliminated for the most part.
I don't know. They do it so like early on in the like the jury. I'm gonna call it the juries.
Yeah.
Because it's like after that. They do it so early on. They do it like only after 4 people have been eliminated.
Yeah.
So it's like
there's still a lot of time for them to kind of.
It's not that huge of consequence, and if it's like in the case of last season when Johnny Mac like got voted out and then got back in,
right?
It's basically just like a week didn't happen.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I think that that's true. I think that's a good argument. I think I guess the way I saw it was that just like when you get eliminated, and like you got eliminated fair and square, that getting a second chance and then winning would be kind of like well, that kind of stinks.
At least it's not like in like the like you can come back in and
be heck hustle.
Suddenly you're in the finals.
Right.
Actually, so a while ago I used to watch The Biggest Loser, and that's not a good show looking back on it. But there was they had explained it all to them like at the start of the season. Hey, you're gonna play this game, and then at the very end, all the eliminated contestants are gonna like run a 5K, and whoever wins the 5K gets to compete for the prize.
Mm.
And like they got close to the end, and there were like I think 4 people left, and 2 of them quit because they didn't agree with that thing, like allowing people to come back after they were eliminated.
Wow. Yeah.
And it was really, if they were being huge piss babies about it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess like you want to have less competition, but still, yeah, you got if you really care about winning something, you gotta stick it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you bring up The Biggest Loser, because that just thought just made me think of a twist. So they have to lose 300, but no kidding. No, I think what they should do if they were to add any extra twists is
everyone's on the jury. No kidding.
Right. Let's have the house start out empty, completely empty, and you have to win competitions as a group. You have to work together in order to earn your luxuries.
Oh, dude. I like that.
Because I feel like that does not impact the game itself, but that impacts your living condition.
Yeah.
And maybe in turn would impact how you act.
That's definitely an indirect effect to the game.
Right. That's the kind of twist that I like. Is something that's not so much like head on, like this is gonna change everything about the game. Like and that's what I started to like about as much as stupid as it was last season, the Gronk twist was something I don't mind because
Yeah.
it doesn't really change the game. It maybe make them lose sleep for dancing so much and doing crazy party things, but that's not part of the game, and so I like the idea that they had last season and with the tiny twists.
I was also a fan of like the Team America stuff that didn't directly impact the game. Like when they were like, "Oh, try to like vote someone out, and then convince someone that someone else voted for him." No, that's a really dumb thing that could cause someone to lose the game.
Right. Well, that was
stuff. But the stuff like steal an item of clothing from everyone and then organize a scavenger hunt, that's fucking hilarious.
That's fantastic. It was great feeds when that happened in Big Brother 16.
Yeah.
I know that obviously you got the edited version.
I saw the abridged version, but
it was so much fun because that took hours and they were just so into it. It was so much fun. Same thing as when it was convinced everyone that there was a rat in the house.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Yeah. Amazing feeds because Frankie played it up so well, and like Derek was just running for his life. It was awesome. That is the kind of stuff I know that people say that they're not a big fan of Team America. Then don't make it game based. Make it living space. Don't make any
Team America thing game based. I'm totally fine if they bring Team America back as long as they keep it fun stuff and not related to the game.
Right. That's the kind of twist that I want, and ultimately, I want a season of Big Brother that there is no twist whatsoever. That this is a straight gameplay, and if it's boring, then I guess you could throw in like a few twists here and there, but not something that would completely alter everyone's strategies.
Or MVP.
Right. Exactly. That was that.
God, I fucking hated MVP because it was always the same fucking person because you can't.
The America voted for
popularity contest.
Yeah, every single time. Which was, why did people like Alyssa Riley? That made no sense.
Because she was related to somebody who's been on the show before. That's literally the only fucking reason.
Probably, right? Man, that was a strange season. All right, so let's talk about Big Brother 1. So I've been texting you the past few days, and I've been telling you all about this Big Brother 1. And so if anyone doesn't know, this Big Brother's going on its 18th season, so it's been around for a while. And it's all started back in summer of 2000, where they thought of this idea to do a social experiment when they put 10 people in a house and see how they get along, see how they can live, whatever.
Like, haha, Big Brother, George Orwell, 1984, we're all fucked.
Right. But it had nothing to do with the novel because they just took the name and they actually got sued for it.
And the fact that cameras watch you.
Right.
Only similarities.
Yeah.
That's one of my books, so like I know it well.
Absolutely. I think they actually they got sued. I don't know if directly from the novel, but I think from the film. I don't know. I know they got sued.
The story rights either.
Right.
I mean, they might for visual stuff. So.
Right. So I don't know. They got sued for some reason when the show first aired. So Big Brother 1, it was 10 contestants, a few notable people. We had George, who was a dad. He was a roofer. And over the course of the game, there was a chicken pen in the house for whatever reason. They just wanted to have a chicken pen. They want to have pets in the house. And he would take care of the chickens, so he got the nickname Chicken George. And since then, he just got weirder and weirder as time went on. He dyed his hair like a blue, and then a green, and then a blonde, and like he just kept on dyeing his hair. And he dressed in really weird outfits, from like a camouflage outfit with like leaves on his head to like some sort of alien he dressed up as for no reason. This is just all his choice. This is I mean
because of like any challenge just on his own.
Just on his own. And the final day of Big Brother when they were announcing the winners, and he was eliminated fifth. Or I'm sorry, he was banished fifth. We'll talk about that in a second. He was sat out. He was sitting outside of the house, and he was dressed up as a chicken to emphasize that he is Chicken George. So that was him in the finale.
Cool.
So, and his wife is a crazy motherfucker who apparently was trying to convince America to vote out someone, like to vote out a contestant over George, and like they were like really pushing this whole campaign against this one person in the house. I believe it was a girl named Brittany that was in the house, and she was like, they were all going absolutely mad trying to keep George in the house, and they ended up working, and everyone pretty much hated George from that moment on because his wife was a lunatic. Now, the whole premise of this particular edition of Big Brother was that there's no head of household, there's no power of veto. It was just 10 contestants, and they would all nominate 2 people that they would like to see get banished. And then the 2 people with the most votes would be marked for banishment. And then America would have to vote on who they would like to see banished from the house. And so there's a politician named Will, who was the first contestant to be banished, and he was just annoying everyone. Very unique views on life, and just very aggressive in a lot of ways. He's a liberal. He's very democratic. So his views were very like, but he was very loud and boisterous about them. So people got annoyed about it, I guess. And say again.
Damn liberals.
Those damn liberals. So he got out. What else happened? So the whole show was just very weird because it was just a lot more about living in a house and actually getting rid of people, because everyone just got really close with one another, and there was not really a lot of drama, especially after like Will left. Like everyone just got along. It was boring as fuck. It was like the longest. It had so many episodes because I think it was like every day of the week.
Oh god.
Almost like it had 70 episodes in all for 3 months.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So it was painful to watch after a while. Because it was just so boring. But the concept was interesting, and I get it. But even the critics, I read like reviews about Big Brother 1, people thought the season sucked. What made it more interesting was when there was a pug in the house. There was actually another animal in the house. There was a pug, and then there was millions of pugs in the house for no reason. One day there were pugs everywhere, and then it just happened to just go back to one. So I don't know what happened. That happened. It kind of went like my life flashed. Life flashed before my eyes.
First there were none, and there were pugs, and then there were gone again.
Man.
That's the summary of Big Brother 1.
Yeah, and another contestant, his name was Eddie. He was a loudmouth Long Island guy who his leg was amputated when he was a child. Very inspiring story. And he ended up winning the whole thing. He got the $500,000. Second place got $100,000, and third place got $50,000.
Right.
So the final 3 was there at the end, and they all they all got prize money instead of just nowadays where it's just the number 1, number 2. Yeah. So very, very interesting, and it shows how much Big Brother changed for sure. They kind of realized that, the social experience is boring, and they gotta have to kind of borderline onto the reality show train and jump onto how Survivor acts,
And they did.
And they sure did, yeah.
And
and then Big Brother 2 happened. Big Brother 2 happened, and it was a they added the head of household. And that was considered by many as one of the best seasons because that had Dr. Will Kirby in it, who we talked about earlier as being one of the best to ever play the game. And they're still airing it right now as of Wednesday. They probably will be on Big Brother 3 or 4 by Friday when you guys see this. But absolutely, so far it's a huge improvement because they have the HOH challenges and they have the food challenges, and it adds to it. Have or have nots would not be around until Big Brother 10 or 11, I believe. So have or have nots are very young, and Power of Veto would be the next season of Big Brother 3. So that's when that came around. So that's your little history about Big Brother. And I so far I'm enjoying this second season. It's pretty cool. It's why I expect to have Big Brother. It makes me excited for this upcoming season, because who knows what can happen. Even if it's non-All-Star season, I'm always interested about seeing new contestants, seeing how they play it out. I'm hoping that it's good. I'm hoping that people they don't.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well,
I'm cautiously optimistic, as I am about many things right now.
Right, of course. That's what you gotta be. I think that what we're gonna do is that if you don't know, this Big Brother marathon is currently airing. It's gonna air for 17 days, which I think it leads up all the way to June 13th. So if you do have CBS All Access or you want to get it, you should definitely try it. I think there's a free trial for it because it's pretty cool. And that's how you can get the live feeds as well. So, and then June 13th, the reason why that date's so important is that we will find out the cast. I would expect 16 contestants, whether that be of the newbie or veteran type, I don't know. And we'll probably find out more details in terms of twists and everything, probably like a little bit after the cast reveal. That week, I would say Julie Chen will be on the talk, and she'll probably be talking about that twist. And the premiere is June 22nd, which is a 2-hour premiere, which they haven't had the past few years, which makes me hopefully confident that they're not doing Battle of the Block.
Sounds like they're not.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to add? Any other ideas that you have for this season?
I totally fucking had one earlier. Oh, I remember.
Go ahead.
What if, and they might have done this, and I think we actually might have talked about this before, but what if they had, like, 2 separate groups?
Mm-hmm.
They were completely cut off from each other. They alternated who eliminated from their group a week, and then once it got like halfway through or wherever they started the juries, they put them together.
You know what? I would be down for that. No, I'd be down for it. I like it.
Maybe.
Because, like, I think that, well, I think at that point people would be like, oh, you're copying Survivor. But it's not that crazy of an idea. Well,
even in Survivor, you get to see the other tribes.
Right, exactly. Big Brother, you will not know that there are. Maybe they can do.
Oh, you wouldn't even know.
Right. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah, maybe they have like a little more contestants.
Right.
Just to kind of like
eliminate 2 a week.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know what the strangest Survivor twist was?
What's that?
Survivor One World. That was when everyone was at the same camp.
Yeah, that was unique. Was. I forget how that season ended up playing out, but
the only person I remember that's from that season was Colton.
Yeah.
An absolute fucking dick.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about him.
Yep.
But I am so, like, I'm so down for that concept if they did that. I think that would be a very unique concept. I wonder how people would even watch the live feeds. I wonder if they would have, like, 2 separate live feeds at that point.
Yeah.
Wow. That could go deep. I like it. So yeah, I believe that's it for our Big Brother
Is that
podcast
it?
pre-show. Yeah, pretty sure.
Want me to play us out?
Well, hold on one second. We will. So next week, I don't know what I'm doing for a Friday video yet, but I'll keep you guys posted. And the following week after that, Fridays will become.
Can I make your Friday video?
We can do. I can upload a Friday video if you want to make it. I'm down.
No, I don't know.
If you want to do it, that's fine. The following Friday is when Madden NFL will be 2 times a week. And then the Big Brother podcast, I believe, will be. I think what we're gonna aim for is probably Fridays or Saturdays. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's that. If you want to play us out, go right ahead. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.